Hey, Em, what time are you heading home today?
Maybe around 7 or so? Why?
Cool. You want to grab some food on your way home?
Sure, what are you in the mood for?
Oh, never mind. Sorry, I wanted to get home early but can't make it. Probably won't be back by 7.
Everything okay?
We just had a system crash at work.
I can pick up dinner and bring it to your office if you want.
No need. Might be here all night.
All night? That bad?
Been happening a lot lately.
Isn't IT supposed to prevent this? This is the 3rd time this month.
They keep saying they fixed it, but it keeps happening.
Oh no, going to be a late night then?
Yeah, well, I might not even make it home tonight. Not too sure how long it'll take to get fixed.
Okay, I'm sorry. Have you eaten anything though?
I'll grab some snacks from the vending machine.
That's not enough. Let me bring you something.
Seriously, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Just grab food for yourself. Make sure you eat something.
At least let me order delivery for you guys.
Really, don't bother. We need to focus on fixing this.
Sounds serious.
Yeah, the whole team's working on it. It has to be fixed by morning, but no idea when we'll solve it.
And of course this happens when your boss is out. Rough timing.
These things always happen at the worst time.
You've been pulling so many late nights lately.
Nature of the job. Can't help it.
Want me to keep you company on chat while you work?
Better not. Need to focus.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had something I wanted to talk to you about tonight, but I guess it'll have to wait.
What is it? Is it something you can't text me about?
I mean, I could. It's about money, so it feels weird to talk about it over text, you know? I thought we should talk in person.
What is it? We can talk about it now.
You sure you want to discuss this now? You're still working.
Just tell me. Taking a quick break anyway.
This is really hard to ask, but would you be okay with us sending some money to my sister?
To Sarah? Why?
Remember how rough things were getting for her?
No. We haven't talked in a while. What's going on with her?
Last time I visited her, things looked pretty bad.
When was this? You didn't mention visiting.
A few weeks ago. Didn't want to worry you. You know she got divorced last year and she's been a single mom now?
Yeah. What is it? Is something going on with her?
Not great. Bills are piling up. Being a single parent is harder than she expected. She's having a hard time right now.
Her kids are still in elementary school, right? Yeah, that must be tough.
3rd grade. School expenses are killing her.
What about child support? Is she not getting any?
I think she does, but it's obviously not enough to cover anything with everything else going on.
What do you mean? What else is going on?
She pushed herself too hard and got sick. Had to be hospitalized.
Oh no, that's terrible. Is she okay?
They're running tests. It might be serious.
What? Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Didn't want to worry you.
Oh, you should have. How long has she been sick?
A few weeks now and it's getting worse. Fortunately, she's out of the hospital now, but not fully recovered. The doctor says she'll need ongoing treatment.
I see. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and the bills keep coming, and her medical insurance isn't covering everything. Her being too sick to work properly, making ends meet is going to be rough.
So that's why you're thinking about sending money to her.
She's never asked for any help directly, but I'm worried and I want to help her. So I thought maybe we could send her some money.
Has she applied for medical assistance?
Yeah, but you know how slow the system is. I was thinking like $1,000 a month. Is that okay?
Wow, that's a big commitment. How long would this be for?
Just until she gets back on her feet.
You really think she would need that much? That is a lot of money.
Her medical bills are insane. Plus the kids' expenses.
$1,000. Your sister must be so worried, wondering what's going to happen to them.
Em, she really needs this.
Let me check our budget first. I know, just want to make sure we can manage it.
Every day we wait is another day she struggles.
Okay, let's do it.
Really? Em, thank you so much. I owe you one.
Don't mention it. Your sister is my sister too. Should we call her to let her know?
I'll give her a call tomorrow. She's probably resting right now. She's been on bed rest for most of the days.
Is she sleeping a lot too? Must be tough for the kids too.
Yeah, doctors have her on strong stuff at the moment.
Hope the money helps her feel more secure financially at least. I'm sure stress wouldn't do well to her condition and recovery.
Thank you so much for understanding. I know it's a lot to ask.
Maybe we could visit her this weekend?
I don't think so. Not for a while. The doctor told her it's better for her to have no visitors. Not just yet.
Even family?
Yeah, she needs complete rest.
Okay, I hope she feels better soon. That's such a terrible thing to go through. Glad we can help her, though. All right, got to get back to work now.
Okay. Hey, thanks again for being so understanding.
No problem. She is family, and family comes first. Okay, don't work too hard. Make sure you eat something and text me when you're done with the system crash.
Will do.
Keep me updated on how she's doing.
You're the best, Em.
Love you. Don't work too hard.
Love you too. Bad news. Sarah's condition got worse.
What? Is she okay?
No updates from the doctor yet.
What happened? Was she having symptoms?
They're running more tests.
Oh my gosh.
She's back in the hospital again. I think she's going to be there for about a week. The kid is going to be staying home alone.
That's awful. Which hospital? I can visit and go see her.
It's far.
Which one, though? I don't mind driving.
You just waste the trip. She can't have visitors.
She has relatives nearby who can watch the kid, right?
Yeah, same relatives who helped last time she was hospitalized.
Can we help them somehow? Must be hard on them, too.
They got their hands full already.
Maybe we should reach out to them.
They've got it handled.
At least give me their number so I can check in.
You're pretty private people. Don't worry about them.
I didn't know she was getting worse.
I think it's because of her diet.
What do you mean? She's not eating?
You know how expensive food is nowadays. Food budget got cut.
She's skipping meals?
She said she can't afford proper food anymore.
What?
More like barely eating at all. Must not have had enough money. I heard she was giving most of her food to the kid, so she wasn't getting enough nutrition.
Why didn't she just tell us? We could have sent groceries and food.
You know how stubborn she is.
We could have set up grocery delivery.
She wouldn't accept that kind of help.
Was she really struggling that much, even with what we've been sending?
Costs add up. Medicine isn't cheap.
What about insurance? They should cover most of it.
They denied some claims, said they were experimental treatments. Hey, could we maybe increase the amount?
Increase it? That would be hard for us. We're already stretching things pretty thin.
Come on, Em. It's for Sarah.
I don't know if we can afford to do that.
We have savings, though. Would it kill you to use some of what we saved?
I mean, it wouldn't kill us, but still.
My sister might not have a future if we don't help.
That's not fair, Tom. Don't say that, and don't put that on me.
What's not fair is watching my sister starve.
Fine. It's for your sister. If things are this bad, her life could be at risk. So how much more are we talking?
I was thinking we could do another 1,000.
So $2,000 a month total? No way.
And how about 500? That'll at least help with groceries.
Even $1,500 would hurt us. We were already cutting back with the $1,000. Now we have to cut back even more? That seems very high.
How can you say that? She's in the hospital. She's struggling to afford tomorrow's meals.
What about your savings?
I already used my savings.
When? You never mentioned that.
Last month, when the first treatment didn't work.
And you didn't care to tell me that? Why is your sister always the priority?
Come on, Em. You said she was like your own sister. Help her out like family.
I want receipts this time, for the medical bills.
You don't trust me?
That's not what I meant.
Sounds like you don't believe me.
I'm not saying I won't help. Just remember we're not exactly rolling in money. We can't keep this up forever.
I know. Just until she's better, like I said.
And when will that be?
You're seriously asking that? While she's in the hospital?
I just want to understand the timeline.
Don't be cold. You're really fighting me on this increase. What a cheapskate. After everything I've done for your family.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Forget it.
Instead of just sending money, maybe we should look into what kind of assistance she might qualify for. Isn't there government aid for medical hardship?
I don't know about that stuff.
We could help her apply.
She doesn't want handouts.
It's not handouts. Maybe we should look into it before sending more money.
Whatever, just shut up about it.
Wow, that is so rude. I'm trying to help her here too. You're getting pretty worked up.
You just don't want to send the money, is that it? Don't care what happens to your sister?
I'm saying I don't want you only prioritizing your sister and send every money we have when we have to live too. We already send a lot of money, so maybe we can come up with something more affordable than another $2,000 a month.
I'm not prioritizing her.
Yes, you are. Last month was my dad's 60th birthday, remember? When I wanted to get him that massage chair, you were against it. You said we should send that money to Sarah instead.
That chair was overpriced.
It was on sale.
Your parents aren't hurting for money. Better help Sarah with living expenses than buy them luxury items.
That's not the point. Why do your family members get everything while mine get pushed aside? I haven't bought anything nice for myself in months because of these transfers.
Buy whatever you want then.
That's not what I'm saying, and you know it.
Fine, get them whatever chair you want. But we're still increasing the transfers.
When was the last time you actually talked to Sarah?
Yesterday.
What did she say about her treatment?
She was too tired to talk much.
Like I already said, we can't increase it anymore. Just look into those benefits I mentioned. We can't keep sending money forever. Not happening.
Yeah. Such a stingy wife, aren't you?
You know what? I want to talk to Sarah myself.
She's too sick for calls.
Then I'll text her.
Just leave her alone, she needs rest.
Fine, then this conversation isn't over.
Whatever, I'm done talking about it.
This isn't like you, Tom.
What's that supposed to mean? Just drop it.
Sarah, were you on vacation? Oh, Emily. Hey, it's been a while. Yes, I just got back from a 4-day hot springs trip. Had amazing food and such a great time. How have you been? Wait, what? You were at hot springs for vacation? Yeah, needed a break after the divorce finalized. But I thought you were sick. Sick? Me? No, I'm perfectly healthy. Not in the hospital? Hospital? What are you talking about? Tom said you were hospitalized. Me? When? Recently. He said you were too sick to work. That's news to me. I've been at work every day just fine. He said you were sick and struggling to survive, basically. I wanted to give you a call, but he also told me you don't use social media and are too sick to answer anyway. No way. And then I came across your Instagram with the recent photos. That's why I'm now texting you to see what's up. Oh my gosh, I post every day. I'm basically addicted to it. Check my profile. I post everything. I'm confused, but you look so happy in your photos. Thanks. Life's been great lately. Emily, is everything okay? I don't know. Tom said you were really struggling. Struggling? With what? Money, medical bills. That's ridiculous. I'm doing fine. So everything I thought was all lies? I'm so disappointed in you. Were you lying about being sick? Were you trying to scam me? Scam you? What are you talking about? The monthly transfers. What transfers? You better tell me the truth and everything.
What's going on? What are you talking about?
Stop playing dumb. I won't believe anything about Sarah anymore, and I'm not sending any more money.
Emily, what's happening? Sick? Money? What are you talking about?
Are you still going to pretend like you don't know what I'm talking about? Wait, what's this about? Emily, I've never received any money from you. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to think now. He told me you were sick and struggling financially after the divorce, so he asked me to send money to help out. He what? My brother said that. Emily, I've not been sick at all, and I'm doing fine financially. But were you hospitalized at one point? No, I haven't been in a hospital since my kid was born. He said you couldn't even afford food now. What? That's insane. Please believe me, I am doing fine and not struggling. Emily, I get alimony and child support from my ex. I've never struggled that much. So tell me the truth here. Are you saying you've been fine this whole time? More than fine. I just got a promotion. A promotion? Yeah, I'm heading my department now. Maybe Tom misunderstood something? Emily, what exactly did he tell you? That you were too sick to work, that you could barely feed your kid. That lying piece of... Emily, none of that is true. There's more. More? He has been withdrawing money from our account to help you out. He said it was for me? Yes, he was supposed to be sending it to you. If you never got it, where did that money go? How much money are we talking about? $1,000 every month, at least, for months. What? $1,000? He even wanted to increase it to $1,500 because you were struggling with bills and food. Are you serious? That's snake. Emily, I'm so sorry. Not your fault, but I need to deal with this. Want me to come over? Give me an hour with him first. All right, I'll be ready if you need me. Thanks. I just can't believe this. Call me if you need backup. Thanks, Sarah. I'm glad you're actually okay. Better than okay, unlike my brother's going to be. I need to confront him. Be careful. And Emily? Yeah? Don't let him twist this around. He's good at that. I won't. Not anymore. Tom, seriously, quit playing dumb.
I'm not.
I just spoke to your sister.
So?
Your sister was never sick, was she? I saw her social media. She just got back from vacation.
Vacation?
The hot springs resort, 4 days of luxury.
You're checking up on her?
Stop playing dumb. She posts every day, even though you told me she doesn't have any Instagram.
Since when do you follow her?
How could someone who can't afford food go on vacation? And I thought she didn't do social media because she was worried about her privacy. That was what you said before.
I don't remember saying that.
Oh, that's convenient. Let me see if you can remember this question. Where did the money go?
I sent it to my sister.
Really? Want to stick with that story?
Yes, I sent it.
I already had a conversation with her. She was just on vacation but claims she never got any money from us.
Well, maybe she's lying about not getting the money.
So you are blaming your own sister? That's low.
She could be embarrassed about needing help.
She told me everything.
Everything.
Stop pretending. I know you're lying. What did you do with the money?
It's not what you think.
Then what is it?
Look, I can explain.
I'm waiting.
Those system crashes at work?
Were those lies too?
Some of them.
How many?
Most of them.
So every time you said you were working late, that was all a lie? And you have been stealing the money?
Don't call it stealing.
What would you call it then?
What's the big deal? It's our money anyway.
It's our savings for our future.
Our future is fine.
The future you've been stealing from.
Just wanted some spending money. You wouldn't have approved if I asked directly, so I made up a little story.
A little story? You made me think your sister was dying.
It worked, didn't it?
You're proud of this?
At least I'm being creative.
That's your reason. What did you spend it on?
Why does it matter?
I deserve to know.
Drinking, strip clubs, gambling. Just whatever I want to go do on those nights.
You wasted it on that garbage?
I just needed to blow off steam. Work's been stressful lately.
Well, I've been counting pennies to help your sick sister?
Come on, you're overreacting.
Overreacting? To theft?
It's just borrowing.
That's no excuse for stealing, and that was a lot of money.
It's just $1,000. Well, more after the increase, but whatever. 1,000 isn't that much. Don't be mad. You can spend about the same amount too if you want.
You think that makes it okay?
Yeah? I mean, at least I'm being honest now.
After being caught? Are you kidding me? Not even an apology? Just making excuses and trying to blame Sarah?
What do you want from me?
How about some remorse?
Listen, I won't do it again.
Because you got caught.
At least now you know.
I was about to start hating Sarah. I almost blamed her for all of this.
I never lied about her being divorced. She is poorer now.
She makes more than both of us combined.
How would you know?
She told me about her promotion, and she has never said she needed financial help. Don't make her out to be some charity case. What a pathetic excuse for a brother. Can't you apologize instead of making excuses?
Fine, I'm sorry. Happy now?
You're only sorry you got caught.
Whatever. It's done now.
No, it's not. We're not done talking about this.
What else is there to say?
How about where my money is?
Spent it.
All of it?
Most of it.
How much is left?
Nothing worth mentioning.
You're going to pay back every penny.
With what money?
Figure it out. I want it all back.
Or what?
Want to find out?
Are you threatening me?
Just wait till Sarah gets here.
You called my sister?
She's already on her way.
You had no right.
Like you had no right to steal from me?
This is between us.
Not anymore. You made it about Sarah. I can't believe what you did to your wife. You're being awful to her.
It doesn't concern you.
I think it does. She told me about the money.
This isn't your business.
You made it my business when you used my name.
Stay out of this.
You used me as your cover story. You're such a loser.
Hey, don't call your brother a loser.
You're right. Loser is too nice.
Back off, Sarah.
You used my name to steal from your wife. I am a victim of your scam too.
I needed money.
So, you lied about me being sick? You trampled all over Emily's kindness. You're the worst kind of scum. I'm embarrassed to call you my brother.
This is between me and my wife. Stay out of it.
You dragged me into this months ago.
I needed a story she'd believe.
So you made me dying. So heartless. You don't get to tell her to stay out of this when you used her name in your scam. I already told your parents too. They're going to be so disappointed in you. We all are.
You called them?
They needed to know what their son did.
That wasn't your place.
Like it wasn't your place to use my name.
You had no right still.
Emily, I can't believe you married such trash. I don't say this lightly, but you should get a divorce.
Divorce? Like I said, stay out of it. This has nothing to do with you.
Nothing to do with me. You used my name to steal. Actually, I'll make my own decision about divorce.
Emily, please, we could talk about it.
What, you think we can just move past this?
Yes, we can work this out.
Work what out? The lying or the stealing?
This is just a little marriage trouble.
Little trouble? You stole thousands from me.
I'll make it right.
How? The money's gone. A little trouble? This is betrayal, not just some misunderstanding. I can't stay married to someone like you.
You don't mean that.
Yes, I actually do. You betrayed my trust and scammed me, your own wife.
Ma, don't be like that. I won't touch the money anymore.
How can you act like this isn't a big deal? Of course you won't touch the money anymore. I'm making you pay back everything you stole, and then we're getting divorced.
I'll get a loan and pay you back as soon as I can. Don't say you want a divorce.
I don't care what you must do. You are going to pay me back.
Just give me time.
You've had plenty of time to lie and steal, so I am done with you.
Wait, please. I promise I won't waste money anymore. Just don't leave me.
Now you're begging.
I'll do anything.
Anything except to be honest?
I'm being honest now.
You still don't get it? It's not about the waste. It's about how you did this. And I haven't forgotten you calling me stingy. You thought it was okay to sacrifice me for your own pleasure.
Just calm down.
Calm down? After what you did?
You're making this bigger than it is.
You knew I was struggling to save that money. I only agreed to send the money to Sarah because I thought she was struggling. You used me.
I can explain.
Explain what? The lies? The stealing?
Both. Everything. I just needed some money. I was desperate and stressed at work.
Too late for explanations.
I'm sorry. I know I messed up. I swear I'll never do it again.
It is too late. Don't bother.
Please forgive me.
No, I'm done. Do whatever you want. I'm done with you.
After everything we've been through, don't throw our marriage over my mistake.
You mean after everything you put me through? You are funny.
Remember when we first met? We used to be so in love, no stress from work.
Stop trying to manipulate me. That's so annoying.
Fine, whatever. I don't care anymore. I guess you're just a stingy wife who doesn't want a husband who has some fun. I was going to pay you back anyway.
And you're a thief who's about to lose everything.
What's that supposed to mean?
You'll find out when you hear from my lawyer.
A lawyer? Really?
Really?
Emily, please, don't do that.
Save it for the judge. Emily, don't worry. I'll make sure he pays back every penny, Emily.
Both of you, just shut up.
Very nice. Goodbye, Tom.
Don't do this!
Already done. You are not worth another second. You are dead to us. And that's how my marriage ended. Afterwards, Tom's family, led by Sarah, was furious with him, which helped the divorce proceedings go in my favor. I got most of our assets and alimony. Sarah even dragged Tom to various banks to take out loans to pay me back everything he stole. What a worthless man I married. His family basically cut ties with him after that. He probably won't be able to party like he used to anymore. I hope he suffers. I moved to a new place using the alimony money. With the stolen money paid back, I'm actually doing okay financially. After penny pinching for so long because of his fake transfers, just having money I can spend freely feels amazing. I won't waste it like Tom did, but I think I deserve a little refresher too. And so I began my new life. Hey Emily, this is Rachel. Thanks for exchanging numbers at the clinic today. What a coincidence you are a patient at the physical therapy clinic where I work. Thank you too. I was actually nervous about asking for your number, but I'm glad I did. Me too. It's nice to finally properly connect. Definitely. It's been about 3 months since we moved in. Have you gotten used to having us next door? I hope to get to know you well. Oh my gosh, has it been 3 months already? That's crazy. I've been meaning to bring over a welcome gift to you guys, but time just flies with 3 kids. I apologize. Oh, please, don't worry about that. Just being friendly neighbors is more than enough. When we moved from Florida, I was worried about adjusting to the cold. I mean, it's always scary to be in a new place, you know? But I guess it's true what they say. Home is where you make it. So I'm sure you will love this place as we do now. Let's make it a friendly neighborhood. I've got 3 boys, by the way. I hope they're not too noisy. Sorry if they've been bothering you. Please don't hesitate to let me know if they are. Oh, you guys are from Florida? I've been there a couple of times. That must have been quite a change. How long ago did you move here? And no, the boys are fine. No worries. About a year ago maybe? My husband got transferred here for work, and we packed our things and moved up here. The best decision we ever made, though. That's wonderful. The city has been treating me nicely so far, so I'm glad to hear that you guys love this place as a family. Are you sure about my boys? The boys can get pretty rowdy, especially during weekend soccer practice in the yard. So just let me know if they start being too loud or obnoxious. Oh no, not at all. I have a little one too, so I'm used to kids making noise, lol. Okay, I just wanted to make sure we weren't causing any trouble for you guys. Sometimes I worry they are being too old. I mean, the boys are sometimes too loud, even for me too, lol. No worries. You're so considerate. But honestly, the sound of kids playing is kind of nice, and I don't mind it at all. That's such a relief to hear. Some of our previous neighbors weren't as understanding as you are. So, please let me know if it becomes bigger problems. No trouble at all. We're all parents here. Your boys are all in elementary school, right? Yeah, they're a little older than your little one. You have a daughter, right? How old is she? I do. Her name is Sophie. She's 2. She is an awesome kid. Sweet and loving. I just love her. But seeing your kids playing together outside, it makes me wonder if she would love a sibling for her, you know? Girls are so sweet, and I bet it's so much fun to shop for. Lol, with my 3 boys, I sometimes wish I had a daughter too, though I wouldn't trade my boys for anything. Your boys seem so well behaved when I see them outside. That's kind of you to say. They have their moments, believe me, lol. Girls are wonderful, but being a first-time mom is overwhelming. I feel like I'm constantly scrambling, you know? Oh, I remember those days with my first. The second and third were easier because you know what to do. But that first time, I was a mess. It's a crazy ride for all, I think. Really? That makes me feel better. Sometimes I think everyone else has it all figured out and I'm not doing good enough or something. Trust me, none of us do, especially as a first-time mom. We're all just doing our best. It gets better and before you know it, the kids will all be grown up. Hey, actually, I wanted to ask you something. I overheard you talking about allergies at the clinic earlier. Sorry for eavesdropping. Oh, no problem. And yes, my daughter has multiple allergies. It's been quite a journey figuring it all out. It's kind of scary. I truly understand how challenging that is. My middle son has severe allergies too. It was so scary at first. Really? How did you handle it at first? I'm still learning. One day at a time, honestly. We had to completely change how we meal prep, cook, and even shop. Feel free to ask anything. It's actually nice to talk to someone who understands what we go through. Same. Would you mind telling me about the treatments you're doing? I've heard about some allergy treatments, but I'm worried about how tough they might be on such a young child. Of course, we're still in the early stages, but I'd be happy to share what we've learned so far. That would be so helpful. It's all a bit overwhelming. I feel you. We've been going to an allergy specialist for about 6 years now. The clinic is about a 40-minute drive from here, and they are great with the kids. It's really hard when your child has severe allergies, isn't it? Just like not knowing what the kids can and cannot have around, and it may cause a serious harm. I know how scary it is. Oh, okay. That's good to know. 40 minutes isn't that bad. I'll take a look at their website later. When I found out my daughter had so many allergies, I was devastated. I felt really guilty, like I should have given her a healthier start. I felt it was my fault too. I just want to help her overcome at least the food allergies. The guilt is so real, isn't it? I spent months wondering if I did something wrong. Exactly! The endless questions and second-guessing yourself. It's not your fault at all. We're doing our best with what we know. I keep a notebook about my son's treatment journey. I'd be happy to share it with you. It might help you decide on treatment options. Every kid's is different, and what works for my son might not work for her and vice versa. Really? Oh my gosh, thank you so much! That would be incredibly helpful. Of course. I remember how lost I felt at first. It's nice to help someone else through it. You're so kind. I really appreciate it. Of course, no problems. While we generally have to learn to live with allergies, it can be really tough on parents. With 3 kids, I have to prepare different meals for everyone, which can be challenging. I can't imagine managing different meal plans for the family. You must be super organized. Huh, more like organized chaos. But you learn to manage. You'll get used to it. 3 boys. Your dinner table must be lively. Whenever I see your family around the building, you all seem to be having so much fun. Oh yes, never a dull moment. Though they are great at most times, sometimes they are just 3 monsters that drive me crazy, lol. I bet, but it sounds wonderful. It's noisy, but it's fun. They keep each other entertained too. That makes me want a second kid. Sophie could use a sibling, lol. It's definitely different when you have more than one, but watching them bond and growing up together is amazing. Go for it. I love watching your boys play together. They seem so close. They are, though they definitely have their arguments too. Don't let them fool you, lol. That's siblings, but at least they always have someone to play with. Exactly, and they learn so much from each other, even when they're fighting. Emily, how are you? You said you didn't feel well today. Have you seen a doctor? Yes, I did. Had to wait forever just to be seen, though. The waiting time was ridiculous. That's annoying, but at least you got seen. Yeah, and actually, I have some news. Everything okay? What did they say? Actually, I'm pregnant. Really? Oh my gosh, congratulations! That's wonderful! You've been wanting to give Sophie a sibling, right? That is great news. You scared me, girl. Lol. Thank you. Yeah, I was more open to having a second child, so I'm excited and nervous at the same time. That's totally normal. How far along are you? Just about 15 weeks. We don't know many people here, so haven't told many people yet. Your secret's safe with me. How are you feeling? I'm doing okay. We don't know the gender yet, but I have a feeling it's a girl. Another girl would be amazing. How exciting. Sophie would love a sibling. I keep picturing them playing together. I'm just excited. Sisters are so special. Does she know yet? Not yet. I'm trying to figure out the best way to tell her. I mean, she is only 2, so she might not understand. If it is a girl, we can use all of her hand-me-downs, which would help big time, lol. True, I wonder if she will get jealous. That's been on my mind too. She's very attached to me. Well, she has been the only child until now, so it's understanding if she gets jealous. Has she always been clingy? Yeah, that's true. She is clingy, especially at bedtime, gets anxious and refuses to go to bed when I'm not around. We'll need to pay extra attention to her. Not only too, she might regress a bit when the baby comes, though. You would need your husband to help around with Sophie when the baby is born. Has he been helping much with her? He tries, but he works late a lot, so she really prefers me. It is amazing you are expecting, though. I remember when my boys were born. Do you remember how it was when Sophie was born? The newborn stage? Like you are so sleep-deprived because the baby won't stop crying until you hold her. I do not miss that stage, lol. Oh my gosh, I was a mess! I had no idea what I was doing, and I don't remember much of that time, lol. The sleepless nights? I don't miss it, lol. Thanks for reminding me of that, lol. I still feel overwhelmed sometimes, so yeah, it's going to be a beautiful chaos. The second one will probably be tough again too, if not more. At least you know what to expect this time. It would be hard to have a newborn and a toddler who only wants you at the same time as the baby. True, managing both will be challenging. What about going to stay with your parents for the birth? They could help with the recovery, and you'd get more rest. I don't know. Mark doesn't know how to cook, so I worry about his ability. Oh, he is an adult. He will manage the cooking somehow. Besides, can you handle Sophie and the baby by yourself? That is going to be so hard. I could take Sophie with me to my parents. The problem will be their cats. Sophie is allergic to cats, so I don't know if it's a good idea for both of us to go. No way. Sophie's in daycare, and with her cat allergies, she can't stay there long term anyway. Yeah, I don't want her allergy to kick in. Well, he is also her parent, so just let him step up a little more. You shouldn't have to be the only one to take care of the kids. Mark and you are the parents. I understand that you are worried, so I will keep an eye on him. If he needs help, he can always text me too. Will you do that for us? That would be wonderful. You can trust me with her. I know about her food allergies, and I'm always careful about that stuff. You're so amazing. Thank you. I'd feel much better knowing you will be there for Sophie when I can't be. No worries. Just let me know. I will. Hey, Mark, do you really think you can take care of Sophie for a little bit by yourself? I'm leaving in a few months, and I just want to make sure you are good. Are you going to be okay without me?
Oh, I got this. Don't worry about it. I was thinking, if you're going to do this, you should stay for a bit. You will need your mom's help, and it will be good for you to be back home for a bit.
I don't know. I'll miss Sophie. Even a week without her seems so long.
The doctor said you needed extra rest this time, so spend some time for your parents and the baby while you can.
Are you sure you two will be okay for that long? I usually handle most things around the house. I was going to stay there only for a few weeks, if not less.
This could be a good chance for me to bond anyway, so don't worry about us. We got this. Just go spend time with your parents. I'm sure they would love that.
You haven't spent much time with her lately, though. You need to start spending more time with her.
Work's been crazy, but I'll make it up to her.
All right, then. I hope everything is going to be okay.
Your parents will probably be thrilled. They love spending time with you. I'm sure they would love to help you in recovery.
Yeah, it'll be nice to just focus on myself and the baby without doing any house chores for a bit.
See? It's perfect. They have to have you and meet baby.
I guess you're right. Maybe this could work.
Great. I'll handle things here.
I'll make a list of her daily routines for you, so you know what to do.
Don't worry so much. We'll figure it out.
Maybe I should meal prep too.
Emily, relax. Rachel's right next door if we need help. Don't worry about us.
That is true. She's been so supportive.
Everything will be fine. Seriously though, focus on taking care of yourself and the baby while you are there.
Okay, I'll call my parents tomorrow.
Perfect. This will be good for everyone.
I hope so.
Have you started packing yet? Do you have everything ready? I can help.
That would be nice. Thanks.
Just let me know when you need and I'll go buy them.
Mark?
Yeah?
Promise you'll call if anything comes up with Sophie?
Of course. Don't worry so much.
Okay, I'll try. Emily, what is going on with Sophie? Is she okay? Rachel, what are you talking about? Is something wrong? I can hear Sophie crying through the walls. Can you get a hold of Mark? Sophie? What? Mark should be home with her. I'm at my parents' house for recovery now. What's going on? Oh my gosh, I didn't know you left to go to your parents' house already. Congrats on the baby. Anyway, I've been hearing her crying for 2 hours now. She's been crying for you nonstop, and I was getting worried. 2 hours? Oh my god, Mark should be home. I checked the parking lot. Your car isn't even there. The car is gone? Did you try knocking? What the? Of course I tried knocking. No one answered and the door is locked, so it's not like I can go in to see what is happening. I can still hear her crying. She keeps calling for you. Oh my gosh! Okay, please tell me more about what's happening with Sophie. I tried calling Mark, but it seems to be turned off. I can't get a hold of him. When I first started noticing her cry, I just assumed he was handling it. Oh, my poor baby. I feel so bad that I'm not there. Should we call the police? Maybe they can get to her. I don't know what to do. Okay, yeah, we should. I'll call the police. While we wait, we must do something, though. I'm heading there now. The poor thing. It hurts to hear her crying so hard for so long. Let me try to get to her. We can't wait for the police. She must be terrified. Okay, thank you. I'm leaving right now to come home. Thank you so much for being there. What? But you just had a baby. And isn't your parents' place like 4 hours away? I don't care. I have to get to her. My baby. You can't drive 4 hours alone right now. You just had a C-section. But she is scared and calling me. I have to get to her. Okay, let's see. Can I try to get in through the balcony? Maybe the sliding door's unlocked. Sophie might not be able to open it, but... The balcony? Isn't that dangerous? My oldest can climb over. He's done parkour. Is that safe? I don't want you getting hurt. It's fine. My oldest is pretty agile. He's still up anyway. I'll have him try. If he gets in, he can open the front door for me. I might not be able to calm her down, but it's better than her being alone. You do that? Thank you so much. Of course. I'm going to try the balcony now. Please be careful. Let me know as soon as you get to her. Will do. My son is checking the balcony door now. Any luck? Yes, we got in. She's okay, just scared. Oh, thank God. Is she hurt? No, just upset. I'm holding her now and she is fine. Thank you so much. I'm still coming home. Drive safely. We'll be okay until you get here. Thank you. I don't know what I'd do without you. I truly appreciate you. I wouldn't have known this is all happening while I was gone. No need to thank me. Just focus on driving safely. We've got her. She is safe.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm obviously at home.
Home? No way. You're supposed to be at your parents'.
No, I'm in our house right now. Funny I don't see you.
What?
You just got home, didn't you? Where have you been?
I was just out for a bit.
A bit? Try all night.
That's not true.
I've been here all night.
Oh.
So did you get any angry texts from Rachel around midnight about abandoning our child for hours?
Look, it's not what you think.
Really? What is it then? She said Sophie's crying was disturbing the neighbors, but that's weird. You were supposed to be watching her.
I just left for a walk.
Are you kidding me? I've been at my parents' for over a month. Rachel checked the parking lot every time she heard Sophie crying. Our car was never there. Where were you going every night?
Every night? She's exaggerating.
No, she's not. The neighbors heard Sophie crying multiple times.
That's weird.
What's weird is your head. Where have you been sneaking off to, leaving your baby alone at home? Tell me the truth right now, or I swear I'll make this worse for you.
It's not a big deal.
Not a big deal? Our daughter was alone. You abandoned her. You better talk now and tell me the truth, or you will regret it.
I've been at a hotel.
Hotel? What were you thinking? You left your daughter to go to a hotel? And let me guess, not just any hotel, right? One of those places?
How did you know?
You left your receipts in the laundry.
You went through my things?
Yep.
It's not what it looks like.
You are disgusting and unbelievable. I'm posting about your cheating on social media.
Wait, you can't do that. Just calm down. It's not like that. I haven't fallen for someone else. My heart is still yours. I just wanted to, I was lonely.
You are the worst husband and a father.
I made sure she was asleep before I left.
That makes it worse. You're cheating but trying to justify it, so you've just been paying for services? And that makes it better? You think I'll forgive you because you only saw sex workers?
At least I'm not emotionally involved. It's just physical.
That's your defense?
Come on, you're being unreasonable.
Cheating is cheating. You're saying you were lonely because I was gone, so you left our 3-year-old alone at home unattended to go satisfy your urges? What is wrong with you? What if something had happened to her?
She was sleeping. Nothing could happen.
She could have fallen, had an allergic reaction, started a fire. Anything could have happened.
But nothing happened, right? So it's fine.
I also noticed her hair is all matted. You haven't given her a bath in days, have you?
She didn't want to take baths. She hates it anyway.
She's 3. Of course she fights baths.
At least I fed her. Not completely heartless.
What did you feed her?
Regular food.
Her allergy-safe food, or whatever was easiest?
She ate, okay? She's fed and that's what matters.
You are heartless. Thanks to you, our daughter cried herself for hours every night while you left her to get your needs met. She might be traumatized.
You're exaggerating about the crying. That's just what Rachel said.
I heard her myself when I got here. When I got home, Sophie's voice was gone from screaming mommy so much. You really think a tiny child can handle being alone? Especially when she's already anxious because I've been away?
Look, I only left after she fell asleep. I had no idea she was waking up and crying like that.
Just because she was asleep doesn't make it okay. That's it. I want a divorce.
You can't be serious. Divorce is too extreme.
No, I want a divorce. I am done with you.
But what about a separation first, at least?
No, divorce. I don't care if you say it was all physical. You still cheated, and you're paying alimony and child support.
Oh, you're overreacting.
Overreacting? You abandoned our daughter unattended.
Wait, let's talk about this. We can figure something out.
Don't bother. My dad's on his way now. I am leaving with my baby. Have fun explaining yourself to him. He might just beat you up.
Emily, please, we can work this out.
There's nothing to work out. It's over. I can't be with anyone like you. You disappointed me.
What about Sophie? She needs both parents.
She needs parents who actually care for her, and that is not you.
I do care. I promise I can change. I messed up. I thought I would be back before she wakes up, and I made a big mistake. I'm sorry.
Actions speak louder than words. Stay away from us. I decided to go back to my parents' house. The kids are coming with me, of course.
But you guys are coming back, right? Once you cool off?
No, we won't. It's over.
But your parents have cats. You can't take Sophie there.
They said they'll clean up the guest house for us to live in. It'll be hard raising a child as a single mom.
You don't have to be a single mom.
Yes, I do. You made that choice.
Can't we try counseling?
There's nothing to counsel. You abandoned our daughter.
I made a mistake.
Multiple mistakes, night after night. My parents are supportive, and they are letting us stay with no rent. I'll take them up on their offer until the kids are a bit older. There is no us anymore.
Do you really hate living with me that much?
Yes.
That was a quick answer. So you're going to move your stuff out?
Obviously. And don't even think about trying to see the kids.
I still have rights.
Rights? After what you did?
You won't even let me see my own kids?
So now you care about seeing her.
I've always cared.
How dare you? You abandoned Sophie night after night. What kind of father does that? You let your urges control you. I can't raise children with someone who has the self-control of an animal.
I can change. Can't take my kids away.
It's too late for that.
What about holidays, birthdays?
I need to think about it more, but maybe for a few hours occasionally. I will not let them stay with you for a night.
She's my daughter too. I want my kids.
Right, the daughter you left alone in the dark for hours.
I said I'm sorry. I made a huge mistake and I feel terrible about that.
Sorry doesn't fix it. You messed up big time. This is not just a mistake, Mark. You were lucky nothing worse happened to her while you were gone.
You can't keep them away from me forever.
You were the one that abandoned your own daughter at night. I'm not worried. My lawyer will be in touch.
Emily, please.
Save it for the judge.
But I want to spend time with the baby and be her dad.
You lost that right too. You don't deserve to be their dad.
You can't do this. They are my kids.
You did this to yourself, to us, to Sophie.
I'll fight this.
Good luck explaining to the judge why you abandoned our toddler.
It wasn't abandonment.
Tell that to the police report.
You called the police?
Rachel did, that night.
This isn't fair.
This isn't fair? Do you think you have the right to complain that you have a police report against you when you literally broke the law? I can't believe I thought I could trust you with Sophie. You are a deadbeat to me, Mark. Later, my dad contacted Mark's parents and explained everything. His parents were mortified and apologized profusely. They agreed Mark was entirely at fault and promised to make sure he took responsibility. Mark and I divorced, and I received compensation with his parents' help. He continues to pay child support and still apologizes to this day. Of course, I'll never forgive him. I moved in with my parents, living in their guest house. Sophie's cat allergies haven't been a problem with this arrangement. Even though we moved away, Rachel and I are still close friends. She's been incredibly helpful. She's even taken Sophie to the aquarium with her boys, who treat Sophie like a little sister. I trust Rachel completely with Sophie. Someone who would get angry on behalf of someone else's child is more trustworthy than my ex-husband ever was. Linda, Sophie was on our doorstep again. Are we watching her? She's been sitting here for 30 minutes with her backpack. Why do you always have to make it complicated? Just let her in. She looks exhausted. Has she eaten today? Sarah, you already know the drill. You've been watching my kid for years now. Do you really need to ask? This is the third time this month. We need some structure here. Sophie knows what to do. She's been doing this since she was little. That's exactly the problem. She shouldn't be used to this. I think we need some kind of heads up. Sophie had to explain everything. She's in 6th grade now. I told her to let you know. Did you at least pack her school supplies? Her math teacher called yesterday about missing homework. Stop micromanaging. She's old enough to handle her own stuff. Yes, Sophie told me. But you're her mother, Linda. You can't just drop your kid off without saying anything. Are you going to lecture me every time? She's fine. She's not fine. She was crying when she got here. She always gets dramatic when I start dating someone new. She'll get over it. Why are you being so difficult? I'm just asking family to watch her for a bit. Define a bit this time. Last time it was 3 months. When did you become such a nag? You used to be more understanding. A bit? Is several months just a bit to you? Yeah, a few months fly by when you're having fun. Fun for who? While you're dating, Sophie's missing her mother. She has you, doesn't she? Isn't that what you always wanted? That's not fair, and you know it. Linda, this needs to stop. It's not good for Sophie. What needs to stop? Leaving Sophie with us every time you get a new boyfriend. It's not every time, just when things get serious. When was the last time you spent a full week with her? I don't keep track. Why are you? Because one of us has to think about Sophie's well-being. What else am I supposed to do? I need to have guys over. And what if they're creeps who are too interested in kids? That would be worse for Sophie, right? There are better ways to handle this. Have you considered dating during school hours? That's not enough time to really get to know someone. Then maybe don't bring them home? How else am I supposed to know if we're compatible? Compatible for what? Living together while Sophie lives with us? I'm trying to build a future here. Don't you want Sophie to have a father? She needs her mother first. Sarah, you just don't get it. I need to date like a normal person to figure out who these guys really are. I already get dumped enough being a single mom. I want to wait until there's trust before telling them about Sophie. And how many times has that strategy worked? That's not the point. At least I'm trying. Trying what exactly? To hide Sophie's existence? You make it sound so horrible. I'm protecting her. I think you should be upfront about having a child from the start. Yeah, because you're such an expert on dating as a single mother. I know plenty of single parents who manage just fine. I'd never find anyone that way. God, you're so naive. My friend Karen is a single mom. She just got engaged. Let me guess, she told him about her kid right away? Yes, actually, he loved that she was honest. Well, good for Karen. Some of us live in the real world. Don't talk about what single moms should do when you don't know. I have friends who are single moms, and they always mention their kids first. Must be nice to have such perfect friends. They're not perfect. They just prioritize their children. Those friends must be idiots. I disagree. Besides, you don't get to judge. You've been watching Sophie for years. I can only leave her with you and my brother. I don't trust anyone else. My mom lives too far and can barely walk. What am I supposed to do? Send Sophie there? There are other options. After-school programs, daycare. With what money? I can barely afford my dating outfits. Maybe that's part of the problem. Oh, here we go again with a budget lecture. I'm just saying your priorities seem... Or do you not want to watch her anymore? Want her sleeping on the streets? You're the one kicking her out every time you get a new boyfriend. That's entirely false, and you know it. Well, it sure feels that way with all your complaints. Don't twist this. I'm protecting Sophie. I'm dating to find someone who can give her a better life. By hiding her existence? Sounds familiar. That's different, and you know it. How is it different? Because you say so? Because I'm not her mother who abandons her every other month. You've got this backwards. Wouldn't it be better if you focused on Sophie and showed her what it looks like to work hard? I am working hard. Her deadbeat dad disappeared after getting me pregnant. I'm the one who didn't abandon her. That's the starting point here. Why am I getting attacked? Not abandoning her isn't the same as being there for her. You have no idea what I've sacrificed. Like what? Your dating life? Like my entire youth. I had her at 19. That was your choice. Sophie didn't ask to be born. Of course you'd say that. You get to play mom without any of the hard parts. I respect that you had Sophie and raised her this far, but being a parent doesn't end at giving birth. Wow, Sarah can make jokes now. That was a joke, right? I'm serious. Sophie needs stability. She has stability. She has you, doesn't she? That's not how this works. We're backup, not replacement parents. Since you don't have kids, you have zero right to lecture me about this. I've been more present in her life than you have lately. Only because I let you. I might not have given birth, but I understand how kids feel. Plus, I've helped raise Sophie. Add up all the time you've left her with us, it's been years. You're keeping count? How petty. Someone needs to keep track of her life. Are you saying I don't? When was her last doctor's appointment? Whatever, but you still don't get what it's like to be a birth mother. Stop acting like you're her mom. Someone has to act like her mom. What's that supposed to mean? That's what you're for, right? Since you love playing mommy so much. It means Sophie needs someone she can count on. She can count on me. I'm just busy right now. You've been busy for most of her life. At least I gave her life. What have you done except criticize? I see. Well, we'll take care of Sophie this time too. Just please tell her about your relationship status early. Stop acting so superior. You're just babysitting. Is that what you call raising your child? Fine. I won't expect anything from you anymore. Good. That works better for me. Don't get any strange ideas again. Like what? That Sophie deserves better? Like thinking you can replace me. She's my family. My daughter. No one's trying to replace you. We're just picking up your slack. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Hey Sarah, listen to this amazing news. What is it? You'll never believe what happened. Another boyfriend? This one's different. He's perfect. That's what you said about the last 3. I don't need to leave Sophie with you anymore. Oh, really? You don't sound excited. I feel like I've heard this before, but this time it's real. Yeah, my new guy is great with kids. He even volunteers at a food bank for underprivileged children. When I told him about Sophie, he asked so many questions about her. He said he's totally fine with me being a single mom. When did you tell him about Sophie? Just today, during our walk. After how many dates? Doesn't matter. He's happy about it. So you've told him about constantly leaving Sophie with us? Don't make it sound so bad. How did you explain it then? Yeah, we happened to pass by your house during our date. He said it was so sad, and I just knew he'd be great with kids. I was so moved. So I'll be taking Sophie back now. You're still as naive as ever. Wait, what exactly did you tell him? Just that Sophie stays with you sometimes. Sometimes? Well, when I need help. You mean when you're dating? Why do you always have to be so negative? He's different from the others. He actually wants to be there for Sophie. And you're okay with that? Of course. He loves kids. Just like that, after one conversation? You should see how excited he is. I'll be there in a bit to pick Sophie up. That's not possible. Your boyfriend took Sophie. What? My boyfriend took Sophie where? What? What do you mean? Stop joking around. This isn't funny. Your boyfriend came by today, probably right after your date. He came to your house? Why? He wanted to hear about Sophie. I was surprised, but he showed his ID and proof he was dating you. So I told him everything about our situation and you. Everything? What's everything? The truth, Linda. All of it. But why take her? And to where? Child Protective Services. CPS? What? What did you do? I didn't do anything. Mike did. This can't be happening. Have I done something wrong? You really need to ask that? They can't just take her. They can when there's neglect. Neglect? I feed her. I clothe her. And then leave her for months at a time. He said he was just following the law, and it gets complicated from what I hear. Also, why aren't you stopping him? Why are you letting someone else take Sophie? How am I supposed to stop him? Where did they take her? To a safe place, where she'll be evaluated. Evaluated for what? I'm her mother. Being a mother is more than biology, Linda. My husband is with us. I'll join them once I pack Sophie's things. We just finished discussing everything. Discussing what? Behind my back? What do you mean by finished discussing? This is about what Sophie wants. Yes, exactly. It is about what Sophie wants. She wants to be with her mother. Is that why she begged to stay with us? Your new boyfriend, Mike, is really impressive. He knew a lot about custody and welfare. He was very well informed. Stop praising him. He betrayed me. He's protecting Sophie. From what? From me? From your negligence. What? What's going on? What are you all doing behind my back? Making sure Sophie has a stable home. She has a home. With me. A home she's barely lived in for the past year. Sophie will temporarily stay at a facility. Then we'll start the process of removing her from your custody. After that's done, she'll live with us until she's 18. You can't do this. We already have. How can you make those decisions without the mother? That's impossible. The same way you made decisions without considering Sophie. I always considered Sophie. When? Between boyfriends? You'll probably hear from them tomorrow. They'll want to know about your parenting history. What parenting history? What are they going to ask? Everything. Where Sophie's been living, school attendance, medical records. Sophie won't be allowed to live with me anymore? Not unless you make major changes. What changes? I'll do anything. No. Sophie said she doesn't want to live with you anymore. You never hit her or starved her, but you didn't do anything to help her either. No playtime, no conversations. You basically ignored her. When she tried talking to you, you'd ignore her. The worst thing you can do to a kid is show no interest. And when Sophie started her period, you never even bought her pads. She was still in elementary school. Just using toilet paper isn't okay. She never told me about any of this. She tried every day. I would have noticed. Like you noticed she was using toilet paper instead of pads? She should have said something. She did, to me. I also found out you never let her go to school trips or overnight camps. You said they were too expensive, but Sophie told me you said she couldn't make memories. She said you told her not to talk about it. But that's understandable since you were struggling financially. Though it's weird you had money for new clothes and salon visits when you barely work. Adults and kids are different. My beauty routine is necessary. I needed to look good to find us a better life. While Sophie missed every field trip, those things aren't important. They were to her. Your priorities are all wrong. You also told Sophie never to bother us. That's just common sense. I have that much sense at least. You weren't teaching, you were threatening her. You told her if we started disliking her, she'd end up homeless and couldn't go to school. You made her swear never to tell us anything. I don't know anything about that. Sophie must be making it up. I was protecting her, making sure she wouldn't be a burden. She was never a burden. You made her feel like one. That's not what I meant. What did you mean then? You know exactly what I meant. I believe Sophie, because she finally cried. She begged us not to abandon her. She said she wanted to live with us. She said she never wanted to go back to your house. She would never say that. She's been saying it for years. You just weren't listening. She's just confused. You've turned her against me. You did that yourself. Of course you'd think that. Sophie's been hiding her real feelings for years. No matter how much we asked, she always said you were taking good care of her. What you did wasn't parenting. It was cursing a child. Stop acting high and mighty, you defective woman. Stop pretending to be her mother. Name-calling won't change the truth. What truth? That you stole my daughter? That you abandoned her? Stop trying to act like you're her real mother. Fine, I won't pretend anymore, because I'm committed to being her real mother now. We may not share blood, but I have more love for her than you ever did. I won't let you chain her down to your lifestyle anymore. This is so infuriating. But whatever. I was just keeping her around as a housekeeper anyway. Mike is perfect at housework and cooking. He probably took Sophie to that facility because he doesn't want kids either. He listened to everything I said. Do you even hear yourself? What? I'm just being honest now. How do you manage to twist everything to suit yourself? Mike suggested all this to help Sophie. What? But he said he was thinking about marriage. He was playing you the same way you play everyone else. He was just playing along. He said finding out you had a daughter freaked him out. He said there were no signs of a child living in your home. Of course not. You were hiding her. But he said a child always leaves some trace. Then when you casually mentioned leaving Sophie with us, he knew he couldn't continue the relationship. No way. Mike was different. He wasn't like those other losers. You're right. He actually cared about Sophie. He betrayed me. Like you betrayed Sophie all these years? That's why he came here. He wanted to know more about you too. He has connections in social services and wanted to help. Turns out he grew up with toxic parents. Now he volunteers to help kids in similar situations. No. Am I getting dumped again? I thought I could finally get married. Is that all you care about, even now? You brought this on yourself. No one, not me, not my husband, no one will forgive you. This isn't about forgiveness. This is about my rights. What about Sophie's rights? Please, let me talk to Sophie. She must just be acting rebellious. You know Sophie loves me. She was always happy to come home. Was she? Or was she just afraid to say otherwise? Of course she was. I'm her mother. Being afraid of disappointing you isn't the same as being happy. Yes, she always said she loved Mom and was excited to go home, always with a smile. But now we know you forced her to say those things. We won't make her tell those painful lies anymore. They weren't lies. She loves me. Love shouldn't come with conditions. What conditions? I never set any conditions. Oh, really? Don't bother them. Don't tell them anything. Don't make memories. Those sound like conditions to me. Please, Sarah, give Sophie back. I carried her for 9 months. I might have made her lonely sometimes, but I really did care about her. 9 months of pregnancy doesn't make up for 12 years of neglect. I can change. I'll do better. With what support system? What job? What plan? I'll figure something out. I always do. Like leaving her with us every time life gets difficult? That was different. I was trying to protect her. From what? Your boyfriends? Or from having to actually be a mother? You don't understand what it's like. No, I understand perfectly now. This is the result of how you treated Sophie. We're never giving her back to you. It's too late to act like a mother now. You can't do this. She's my daughter. She's a person, not your property. This isn't over. I'll fight this. Good. Show that energy in court. Show them your job, your home, your support system. I don't need your sarcasm. It's not sarcasm. It's reality. Sophie needs stability. I am stable. Your criminal record says otherwise. That was one time. One time too many. Sophie deserves better. After that, there were meetings with CPS and a lot of paperwork. About 6 months later, Sophie came back to live with us permanently. Linda tried to get Sophie back, but given all the issues with her past parenting and the fact she never even got a job to prepare for Sophie's return, her parental rights were temporarily suspended. They took Sophie's wishes into account and approved of her living with us, which was such a relief. After Mike broke up with her, Linda went off the deep end. She got drunk at a host club, caused a huge scene, and got arrested. It just proved what a mess she is and made it even harder for her to ever get Sophie back. Since coming to live with us, Sophie seems so much more expressive. She doesn't have to pretend to love Linda anymore. From now on, we're going to create a safe space where Sophie doesn't have to worry about pleasing everyone and can just be herself. I think this is really the beginning for our family. My husband and I will give Sophie all the love and care she needs until she truly feels like this is her home.